Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Welcome to my channel, everybody. So, oh my gosh, I don't even have my whiteboard up, do I? And I do need to do, okay, this is not Regals. This is video number 4, and this is in the Subtles color collection. And okay, this may not be a real extreme card. There was but I'm still listing it as, because it's taken me almost 3 hours to design this card, and there were mistakes, and there were like, nope, that didn't work, and but so this is extreme in the fact that there's a lot of stamping, a lot of planning that went into the card. But don't think you can't make this card, okay? Don't think that. Because it is very, very sweet looking in the subtles. And look at this. Okay. This took a little bit for me to get right. My little banner here isn't as nice as I would like it to. I did have a submarine, but it really was distracting. I was going to have my sub here and do Oceans of Love there, but I felt that the sub was distracting, so I'm not going to put the sub on there. But I did do fussy cutting and in the likes. You could use tags, and I've got glitter glue everywhere on me, stickly glitter glue. So this is the card we are making. I'm going to set that up there. So let's go over what you are going to need if you want to make this card. If you don't want to do the tag, the little banners like I did them, and you have, there's lots of choices for, this is the essential tag. Yes, it's retired, but you could start with something like that. All right, so this is a big card. This is 6.5 this way by 10, and then scored at 5. I do not know why it does. Look at this. There's like 1/2 inch extra at the top of this envelope it came with, and it just boggles my mind. It still does. I want to like dig through my box because I'm trying to use up my stash, right? And so I was like, I really want to do, to get the effect of the banner that I'm doing, I needed a big card base to do it. So that's why this in this envelope just kills me. But it's what it came with. So we have our card base, 6.5 by 10, scored at 5. DSP layer number 1 is 4 3/4 by 6 1/4. Now this DSP, we're using this side, went with, because I don't remember the name, Friends Are Like Seashells. Okay, so it went with this suite. Let me show you more of it. Got little bits here and there. So this was a print, that was a print. I started cutting seashells, but I didn't like that idea. So this was some of the DSP. I made a beautiful book, Matchbox little memento book for my daughter's birthday with this suite. And I specifically bought the suite just to do her book because it took so much. So this is now going over there. You could do this with blending brushes. You could do some Seaside Spray is also a color because that's one of the colors in this. This is, I'm bringing this in instead of Balmy Blue, but you could do Balmy Blue. I would do like Blushing Bride and maybe Calypso Coral, or you could do some Daffodil Delight likes on this one. This is actually, I believe, like, so Saffron Pale Papaya would work. Doing a blending brush to get the same effect. But we're going to use DSP because I have it, and let's use it. And we're going to use Baker's Twine. Now, this is from the Essentials Baker Twine kit. In this color, I did hold it up to ink pads, and it looks like gray granite. It matches gray granite better than any of the other colors. So we're going to bring in the gray granite and the Baker's Twine. My thinking fingers, yes. So my hamster is waiting for his food. So we are going to start. If you can see, I took this one and I stamped it in the gray granite, and I did it along, I took an extra card base. Here it is. Here's the fold of it, because I wanted the same color to be around the outside as around the outside of my card. So I'm going to clean this off if y'all don't mind, just so it's ready to go back. Now what I did is I stamped, so it goes, I stamped it here, then I stamped this way and turned it and stamped this way. I fussy cut it, and now I'm going to cut it with the guillotine because I don't want any of the white area showing. So I'm just sticking it. Use whatever cutting tool you have. I want to make sure I take off that. This is my sandy bottom, right? There we go. So that is now done. And this is really, these are really actually nice card bases, really nice. I would compare it to the thick cardstock. It's really thick stuff. So there we have two of them. Now what I'm going to do, oops, guillotine time. I need to cut one of these, not quite in half, but so like right there, of one of the two. That takes care of that. Now we're going to do some stamping. And do I want the pink at the bottom or the pink at the top? We're going to do the blue at the top and the pink at the bottom. We're going to start stamping. We're going to bring in Lost Lagoon. It's going to start us off. And I'm going to stamp here. Going to stamp on this side, and I'm getting a little bit of a shadow in there. I'm going to bring it, make it shorter and a little taller, I guess. All right, and then we're going to bring in Soft Seafoam. Sometimes I don't get my ink pads closed. Soft Seafoam is for the other seaweed. This could be the weight, but I use it as seaweed. I have this whole entire month. So yes, full strength. Soft Seafoam. Let me look at my picture. Yes, make sure. So here, right in the center, and a little to the side, little down. There we go. That one can go back in the box. You can go in the box, and we can stack these back onto their tower, because I don't think I used them anymore in this. So next, what I was going to do, I need to show you. I have a scrap bits. All right, so here we go. Could use dimensionals. Do I want to use dimensionals? I want to use dimensionals this time. Oh, change my mind. Sometimes I do. So let's grab, where are my, sorry. I know I have little strips of dimensionals. Yes, I think I'm going to use these. I know I'm going to use them next time, but we are going to start. This one is going to get, I wonder if this will go along the whole thing of it. Pretty much, pretty close. That little bit I can use on this side. Oops, it's on the wrong side, so maybe I can't do that. All right, so this one's going to go in the center. This is going to start us out. Now we have this one where that's cut off. That is going to go here. And this side is going to go on this side. This is just extending us down. And this is going to go in the middle. So roughly in the middle. Oops. There we go. Okay, this one, I guess all I did need was that little bit over there. Don't need any more. If I could just get it to stick on there, it'd be good to go. Because this rest is going to just get glued to the other piece. Why does that look like it's not all the way to the bottom? All right, this one needs just a little piece of one. And I'm just going to stick it right there. And I see that that's where the glue is going to go. So all the way to the edge. And there we have it. So we have our little, oh, that dimension really does make a difference. The other one, I didn't do so much on it. Next, we're going to do some fishy wishies. Not those fishies. Those are going to be on the inside. So we're going to start doing our little school of fish right there. And this is in Pool Party. Yes. And I want to do some going this direction. And there. And then I wanted some up in here, there, and let's turn it this way so it's easier for me to get to. We're going to go up higher. All right. Now here in the center, we're going to stamp the engraved granite, sending oceans of love. I really think that went really sweet. It looked really nice, in my opinion, but it's just my opinion. All right, sending oceans of love. Hopefully it's straight. See, look how that stands out. It really does capture. It just captures me. I don't know how else to put it. All right, so something else that I don't know if you're going to notice right away, but I gave them little black dots all over all the fish, except I missed those. So let's grab a permanent marker out of my drawer. We're going to have to do this side. So I just tapped, tap, 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 tap. I think it really makes them just kind of pop. So let's do it on these. So just where the little white is, and I'm just using the side of this permanent marker. It's going to draw your eye to the fish, I think a little bit more, but I still wanted the fish to be really subtle on the paper. And I can't believe that this card took me so long to design, but it really did. It took me almost 3 hours. And then I had to cut and prep for the actual card. So you see all our little fish in there. They have their little black eyes. We're going to do that to the other ones we stamp. I don't know if I even told you guys. Oh, I did tell you the cardstock. So we got the cardstock pieces we are going to stamp on are pieces of the DSP. These two are 1 1/4 by 2, and this one is 1 1/4 by 2. 1 1/4 by 1 3/4, and this is 1 by 2 3/4. So we are going to start with the center. I had to change my mind. Originally, my crab was in Calypso Coral, but the Calypso Coral needs to be in the center. So let's do that. And I want to do them kind of floating this way. Remember, we're doing a banner, flagging it down there. There's that one. So much better. Really. Big difference it's going to make in the center. So this time, my starfish, since there isn't a yellow in the settles, I brought back So Saffron. But you could have used Daffodil Delight. But I wanted So Saffron. And I'm going to do my starfish like in the center. He looks so much better. So much better. This one will go in the retired drawer. And then that leaves Mr. Crab, and he's going to be Highland Heather. Why can't he be purple? There's no reason why he can't be a purple crab. So this one's going this way, so we're going to make him go straight. Oh no. Well, no, that'll work. It's like, bye. Just looks like it didn't stamp it all the way for some reason. So now we need to do the bubbly, bubbly bubbles. And Highland Heather can go away. Gray Granite should not have left me. There it is. That can go away for now. Bubbles, 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 and bubbles. We need to stamp some bubbles on here. Remember, we are going to be doing a little cutting, so I'm not sure how many bubbles are going to make it. So this one, all right, and we're not done. We got to do bubbles on. And we're all doing this, oops, we're doing this all, I want to do it this way and that way. We're going to have a little hole there. We're going to do bubbles. And if it's this way, we're going to do bubbles here, here, and there, and just one up there. Over here, some side bubbles. There. So now we have bubbles everywhere, which we do not want to close that one up yet. Not yet. So next we're going to do our flagging and gluing these to their back pieces. And these are longer and wider, and do I want to leave them? Maybe I will make them that wide. Let's see. Last time I trimmed them down farther, but I guess we could do that. Excuse me. But they have to be glued all the way at the top. So first things first is we have to flag all of them first. So just come in. I am going to go right there. And then the edge to the tip of wherever you... Sometimes I snip my fingers. That's why I'm trying to be so careful. This one's going to have a really wide flag, not a very deep one, just really wide. And then our wee little starfish here. All right. These are all going to go up on dimension themselves. So that's why these are getting glued straight down. Hopefully I get them roughly this side. There's one. I wanted to leave plenty extra to where I can flag it comfortably once I glue the DSP to it. So just a little bit more work, but it's not difficult. There's only, you know, 3 of them. Now, if you don't have, like, this was, of course, a pre-made card base that I had in my stash that I'm trying to use up. If you don't have one, you can just make your own card base and make an envelope if you have an envelope punch board, which I have done. So here, I want to come up to the center. And then this one might need to take a little bit more off the side. That looks really good. Really happy with this one's got quite a bit. Oh, that's went way up there, more than I wanted it to. All right. And that's at a bad angle, so I got to clean that up a bit. Much, much better. And this one, you get to see me do it 3 times. Up the middle, side, and side. Oh, I'm happy with those. Now, you could do sponging and all kinds of stuff. I really think it needed the white outside border. But this is where you need to determine, do you see how much better? I'm going to show you. Look at how much better the Calypso Coral looks in the center. It just, this frog sits off and it's wrong. This was Lost Lagoon and I wanted a yellow one. So I'm looking to determine where my flags are because they're going to go in a bit of a swoop. Right? And I'm going to take glue dots to help me place my my baker's twine. So right there is one. There's one. There's one. I think tonight will be a movie night for us. All right, so I have my glue dots in place. Now I need my crocodile or hole punch, whatever it is you want to use. So I am going down like, this is 1/4 of an inch, so maybe 3/8 of an inch and about 1/4 of an inch in. Yeah, I'm eyeballing it, guys. I sure am. Not afraid. Not afraid to eyeball it. All right, so I have my 2 holes punched. And then I didn't measure this. Wasn't going to do that, right? So I guess I can do it. I had a hard time last time because I started at the back. Since this one has to go through the front, I'm going to start over here at the front. Wiggle that in there. Come on. And I'm going to tie a knot. Now, this hole is kind of big, so I want to show you what I did to make sure my hole getting stuck down. Excuse me. Acid reflux is not happy the last several days. It kind of goes like that. Okay, so there's one, but I don't, that knot is really tiny, so I'm going to double it up. Oh, come on now. Cannot be this hard to tie a knot in a piece of paper, but on camera it is. There we go. So I want this little knot sitting right inside my hole. So I'm going to turn it over. And handy dandy Mr. Frog gave me a piece of tape from the last one. I'm going to get my hole there covered. And I'm going to stick that little piece of Scotch tape. Now, I tried a glue dot. The glue dot didn't work out for me. So Scotch tape really is my friend in this. And then we're going to swoop it over here. And we're going to go across our like so. That's why the glue dots are there. And then I need to cut some, and I'm not sure how much. I just cut more than was necessary, I'm sure. And we need to do the same thing. Push it forward. That way both knots hopefully will look better than the last one. I need the reverse tweezers. Thinking fingers. Where did they go? Because this just like... And I don't even have nails, guys. And I'm like, what's wrong with me? What is wrong with me? So I want to get it nice, and I don't want it tight, but I don't want it like bagging out. So we got to tie it one more time. Hopefully this will do it. Come on. There we go. Now I need another piece of Scotch tape. And Mr. Frog, I put you up. You're hiding. You're not in your right spot because of all the ink pads. So, thank you, Mr. Frog. Let's put you over back in your spot. And I just need to cut. This is why I had an extra piece. Make sure it stays in the hole. And this is going to help keep it in place. And it does work. And it gives it a backing that it's not going to fall through. The glue dot did not help me at all. And I'm going to leave my ends until the end. Next, we need these. So we're going to take chunks of these. You really need the thin one for to do this with the strips, unless you cut a glue dot, a dimensional in half, or you have your baker's twine go deeper into your banners. So one of these is going up top in the center. It also is going to keep this baker's twine from moving. This one, that's why I wanted the little ones for the sides, are going to go kind of at a little bit of an angle. Like so. Now, for the back of these, we only need to put a strip on the bottom or a glue dot. But as we have strips, why not use them? Ooh. Corn chips. I had corn chips. I cheated. I had tuna salad and I wanted some Fritos. They remind me of my father. And ever since I ate that, it's just been not good. Not good. So we need to take all the backings off now. And there are just a little details. That's why I would call this extreme. Kind of like what we did with the last project. Got all those off. I'm going to start placement with the center one. There it is. So cute. So the frog I determined. Remember, this is meant to go at a little bit of an angle. And this one, now normally you would place the sentiment strip up on an angle, but I like it recessed in there. So this now, we're going to cut off about there. I'm not sure I'm going to get them exactly even, but we're eyeballing this. This one needs just a little bit more, I think. And then I'm going to take the pokey tool, take your pick tool, whatever it is you prefer using. And I'm going to pull apart these little ends, making them more tassel-y. Now, if you think this is still moving, which mine is, I'm then going to take a glue dot. See, it really doesn't like the gel polish. I used to be able to do this when I didn't have nails. Roll it up. There we go. Do you see that? And now I'm going to pick that up a bit and tuck all that glue dot in under my knot, and it's really going to hold it down. This one, I'm going to even go ahead and do the same. So if you have nails, your nail belt, put your glue dot on your nail as long as it's clean. Pick that off, and then you can start rolling this like so. Pick it up. Little tip, maybe some of you might use it. I stuck it right in my hole. Now that it has the tape on the back, works great. Oops. And then we need to pull these apart. Now we still have, I didn't do the inside of the other card. This one looks like it's longer. It is. It is longer, so let's hold it all together. And let's just take off that end. All right. Now, this needs to go on the front of our card, but we need to stamp our envelope, which I do know what we're doing on the envelope, so let's do that. I want to stamp, guys, we got to stamp the submarine. I didn't put the submarine away, did I? No, but this is going to be in gray granite. No periscope. So we have one on the back. And the propeller, the prop. Ugh. Now we're going to do one on the front, but this time he's going to be up a bit and up there because we're going to stamp some seaweed and whatnot. We need our prop. And we need You Are Sublime. Now this is going to be in a different color. I thought I was going to do it in. Let's do it in Seaside Spray. Or Balmy Blue. It's up to you. You Are Sublime. And I'm going to stick that right here. And then we need... That is Pool Party. That's our fish. We need Lost Lagoon. I put these away. And we wanted the same colors as what we did on our card. So I'm going to go like that. Floating through the ocean there. We're going to need some for the inside in soft sea foam. I'm doing it darker in between the areas and then stamped off there. Oh, that is really nice. Really, really, really nice. And I don't want any bubbles. So this is our envelope. Now let's work on our inside. So we have You Are Sublime and, Sending Oceans of Love. What is this one? Floating By to Say Hi. We're going to stick that on the inside. So the inside of our card. But we have to make it look really great on the inside. So let's try. with some Lost Lagoon to get us started off. And we need the soft sea foam. Stamp once, then stamp again. And then just floating by to say hi. I think we're going to do our little So Saffron little... I know there's a fishy with the snorkel. I just like this one better. We're going to do 2 of those. And then we are going to do some fishies, but we're going to do the goldfish smiley fishies down in the bottom. There's those. And then we can do the 3 fishies on the other side, floating the other direction. 2. And we need the bubbles. Bubble, bubble, bubbles. And I lost the bubble stamp. Nope. So what do you guys think? I think it's adorable. Do one more over there. Now, don't forget, we are not done. We have to do the little black dots because it really makes them come alive. And this is just a permanent marker. And it's going to draw your eye to all of the fish that we just stamped. Look at that. So before we go and do anything else, we have all those background fish, but now we need to do the crab. Try to go make bigger dots using it. Oh, just great. Yes. It's adorable. And that was all stamped on a piece of DSP. Very old, very retired piece of DSP, but DSP nonetheless. Anything with a soft palette, I think would work. So this now is going onto our card base, and you're going to see that that little border we left around the outside brings that in as well. And I think it just makes it, for a subtle card, it is subtly stunning. I think, in my opinion, but that's me. I'm very, very, very happy with it. Now, you could do the glitter glue. This was left over from November or December's paper pumpkin kit. In fact, I think both of them had this. Or you could do the pearlized enamel effects. Maybe I'll do a little of both on this one. So this is in, I'm just going to put a blob in the center of all the bubbles. And little TT, I hear your little antsiness down there. You can wait. I'm sure I have, the other 3 dogs are probably waiting for their din-din in the house. I'm not kidding. Sometimes this one dog, Boone, my husband's dog, the other day, he was so funny. We had the front door open. It was raining. My husband and Hank were in the front yard. And he literally sat right in front of the opening of the door. And he just watched it rain. He did it for a half hour. He just sat there. He had no intentions of going outside at all. but he enjoyed just sitting out there. He is a window watching dog. He loves to sit on my daughter's bed and poke his head up to the glass and watch, and just sit there and watch the day go by. He is so funny. So look at all those bubbles. Now, I said you could do both, and we are. I'm going to get this started. I'm going to do just little specks, hopefully. Let's see. Little there. You know, the ocean isn't pure crystal clear water. It has little plankton and so forth, and that's what this is. It is little plankton floating in our ocean. Ha! And it just gives it a little bit more. That's my aunt calling. I do need to check on her. So anyways, and thanks for watching, everybody. I hope that you guys like this one. I sure had a great time creating it. So with or without this, you might think that that kind of was a little too much, but I enjoy it. And I love the clear bubbles. I just see this here has no bubbles. You guys were probably telling me bubbles. There we go. Little shiny little bubbles and little plankton floating in our ocean. Oh. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope that you would consider subscribing if you are not subscribed. If you are, thank you so much. As always, if you would be so kind as to give me a thumbs up, like, or share this if you know somebody who may be interested in stamping. And as always, though, if you don't want to do any of that, I would love to know what you think of the card, because that is what inspires me to keep going. And I'm going to keep saying it over and over and over again. But I'm telling you from my heart, it really is the reason why I do this. I do this because of the feedback I get from you. So thank you all so very much for your kind support of my channel. And I hope to see you again in my Wonderland. Bye-bye for now.